I will not vote for a bill. I don't have a vote, but I would not vote for a bill that does not have a public option in it. Period. It's plain and simple.
Well, that's what Bernie Sanders says as well. So
yeah, he's doing the right thing, and I'm hoping there's going to be 4 or 5 other senators that'll join him, and that'll be. Look, there is something worse than passing no bill. This bill isn't very strong. In fact, the only piece of reform left in it is the public option. The insurance reform is gone, essentially, because what they did was they have guaranteed issue. That is, the insurance company has to insure you. The problem is they don't have community rating anymore. They in the Senate bill, I think you can charge 3 or 4 times as much as for sick people as you do for healthy people. In the House bill, it's twice as much. We did this 15 years ago in Vermont, and you can charge 20% more for your most expensive client than you can for your cheapest clients, and that's it. Now, you can afford to buy health insurance if it's only 20% above the bottom price, but you can't afford to buy health insurance if it's just twice as much or 3 times as much. So guaranteed issue doesn't do you any good unless you have real community rating, and real community rating doesn't exist in either the House or the Senate bill. So the old argument, which I used to make, was that we ought to pass this thing just to get the insurance reform. There isn't any insurance reform left in this bill to speak of. What this is a giant bailout. This is a bailout that makes AIG look cheap. $60 billion a year goes to the insurance companies under this bill. Now, if we can get a public option, I think that's okay. But if you don't have a public option, why would we want to stick the taxpayers with yet another bailout? They've bailed out the banks. They bailed out AIG. This is a $1 trillion bailout. I would vote with Bernie Sanders. I would vote to kill this bill if it does not have a public option, because that is doing harm to the nation. It's not just, there's going to be some of this. This is a harmful bill to the nation without a public option, because it's going to take trillions of dollars, trillions over several decades from our kids. The Republicans are right about the rhetoric of the bill, but if you get reform, you can fix it. If you don't get reform, you've got a system that we have today. You're gradually going to start uninsuring people because we're not going to have the money to maintain the system. And this does nothing to control costs.